This week's Share Medical Miracles is sponsored by my personal doctor, Dr. Joyce Morel. She should have arichas yamim v'shanim. She should have many patients. I believe anyone who is looking for the best medical care, I always tell people to turn to her, and she should have tzlach and bracha in every single thing she does. We've been speaking about medical miracles. I mentioned Rav Moshe Sternbach getting a psak halacha from a gadol. I mentioned from Rav Yashiv following the advice that the Mishnah, that the Gemara gives us when there's a Masar from Chazal. I want to now mention another medical miracle I heard personally, and used many times from a Shatrin and Rabbi, Rav David Cohen, Shlita. One time we had a very great Sarah, very great sickness, a serious illness, and I went to Rav David Cohen. He said, get 10 Kohanim together and do Birkas Kohanim. The Kohanim should have this person in mind together in front of the sick person. And I'm a Sarah from Rav Tzvi Pesach Frank and others that this is very powerful. It's based on the Zohar. The Zohar is in Naso, Parsh Naso, Kuf Mem Zayin and Beis. The Zohar says that when there's Birkas Kohanim, there's tremendous divine interaction and mercy in the world. And if a person at that time davens, the Kohanim think about the cure of this person, then often, as I can personally testify, they'll see miraculous results. And again, we don't believe in, we don't really, mainstream Judaism doesn't believe that schoolers heal. We're not talking about schoolers. When I talk about medical miracles, I'm not talking about schoolers. I'm talking about techniques, procedures that Chazal, our sages have told us about, have recommended, have guided us with. And these techniques are extremely powerful. If you want to see true bracha and atzlacha, we should follow. Now, it is true, every time I did this, it was with the advice of Rav David Cohen. Perhaps I'm thinking to myself, perhaps it's worthwhile before engaging one of these techniques to first ask a tzaddik if they should do it and get their psak, get their bracha as well. That probably makes it more effective. But certainly, Birkas Kohan is a very, very powerful mechanism to receive divine blessing. About a month ago, I received an email from a close friend of mine, and he asked me to find the Cohen. It was based on a psak from Moshe Sternbach, a tshuva, that if the Cohen keeps in mind during Birkas Kohanim a certain inyan, this was for Shidduchim, that you'll see bracha in that area. I found the Cohen who was a very big tzaddik, very big Talmud Chacham, and this person sent him money to give every month, said he should keep him in mind. I myself have a Cohen that's helping me in medical areas, and I give him a payment every month to keep certain individuals in mind. And we have to understand, again, this is not a segula. This is a mechanism that Chazal, that the Zohar has told us, and we have a Masira from Rav Tzvi Pesach Frank, and again, I'm sure that it goes back very far, that getting 10 Kohanim together is a very powerful mechanism, and giving a bracha to the person. It's a very powerful mechanism. These are medical miracles. Health comes only from the Bari Olam. There's one address for health. The most important thing for our health, as we'll speak about, is tefillah. That's the most important thing. And as well, a person should have excellent medical care, the best possible medical care they could find. And I work very, very hard to find proper medical care. There's a very chashuv Jew in Eretz Yisrael named Rabbi Elimelech Fir. He's on call 24/7 to help Klal Yisrael with medical advice. And I once went to Rav Chaim Zatzal, and I asked him something, and I told him what Fir said. He said, what Fir says, that's Daster, whatever he says. That's Daster, you can rely on that. And we have to use the best medical care. The reason for that is because Hashem doesn't want to do open medical miracles. He wants all of his medical miracles to be covered up by nature, and in order to cover it up, we have to use care. We have to use medical care, which is very, very good medical care, as I'll explain in a future share. But we have to know there are techniques that our sages have instructed us that are very, very effective. And I can personally testify of the many medical miracles I've seen through Birkas Kohanim, getting 10 Kohanim together and getting a bracha. I know I did this once. I did this, in fact, with Dr. Binyamin Surovsky, not long before he got better, miraculously better, as I explained in the previous year. But there are skeptics, and one of the Kohanim who came that day got quite upset with me that I was engaging in such a activity, which he didn't feel was sufficiently grounded in Chazal. But I told him, for me, Rav David Cohen, Rav C. Pesach Frank, and the words of the Zohar, Kufim Zayin, Amid Beis, and Naso, who say that at the time of Birkas Kohanim, there's tremendous divine blessing in the world. The Zohar, in fact, says that when the Kohanim hold out their hands, they split their fingers, they make 5 windows. Charichim, Charichim, Chazal tell us, it's Medrash and Shir Hashem Rabbah, they make 5 windows, Hey Charachim, right? Peeking through the cracks, the Pasuk in Shir Hashem says Hashem peeks through the cracks. When does he peek through the cracks? During Birkas Kohanim, when the Kohanim hold out their hands, they create 5 windows, and the Shekhinah, the divine presence, is coming through their hands. And we have to know the power of their words. Hashem should help us in all ways. We should see medical miracles, and we should turn to Tzaddikim for blessing and for psak. We should turn to Chazal to understand their very deep words and their advice, and put the two together. We get a psak and a bracha based on the words of Chazal. We're in very, very good place, especially, and in fact only, if we also turn to tefillah and also turn to proper medical advice and direction, then we'll see very, very great bracha in everything we do, and we'll see miracle miracles. B'ezrat Hashem, amen.